Now that I have a Google account set up, let's take a look at some account options that we should be aware of. Now, first, I've started here at Google.com because I want to log into my account from scratch. So I'm going to go into the Sign In button up at the top right here on Google.com. Since I've already logged in with this account before, it remembers my username, so all I need to do is type in my password and hit Sign In. Now that I'm logged in, I want to take a look at some account options. And to do that, I'm going to come up here to the top right side of the page, and I should either see my email address or a photo. I'm going to go ahead and click on this arrow next to that, and we get some options here. If you see the photo or just an empty photo silhouette, that means that you have a Google Plus account set up, which I do not. So let's see how that looks. I'm going to go ahead and hit this Join Google Plus button here. And I'm not really going to do much here. I'm just going to go ahead and hit Upgrade. I don't feel the need to fill in any of this other information right now. I'm just going to go ahead and skip through the rest of these options, which I can always come back to and finish later. And now I'll just hit Finish. Now that I've gone through that, I'm going to go back to Google.com. And now I see this photo silhouette up here. So you should see one or the other of these depending on whether you've got a Google Plus account set up. So let's look at some of these options. I could add a photo to my account, and that's only available if I have a Google Plus account. If I wanted to add a photo, I could just click on this here, and I've got a few options. I'm going to choose to upload a photo. So I'm going to hit Select a photo from your computer, and I just happen to have one on my desktop here that I want to use. I'll hit Open. I'll move this crop box around, maybe scale in a little bit, and get just a part of the photo that I want, and I'll set that as my profile photo. Now whenever I go to Google.com, if I'm logged in, I should see my profile photo up here at the top. I'm going to click on that. Here in this little floating window that I get when I click on my photo, I've got options to sign out when I'm finished using my account, or I can hit Add Account to create a new account. But the really interesting stuff is under this link that says Account. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. This is where you'll go to manage your account settings. There's lots of stuff here, so you might want to take a look through all of the options. But I'll walk you through some of the most important stuff. The first thing that we see here is the security checkup. There's a movie later in this course dedicated specifically to this. Next, we've got this category that has all of my personal info. I can view my email address or update my recovery email. I can even update my phone number or change my primary language. And if I have a Google Plus profile set up, there's another link here to access that. Under the category labeled Signing In, there are a few things that we might want to look at. There's yet another opportunity to update your phone number or your recovery email. They give you lots of chances for this. The password option lets you change your password. We'll talk more about this, as well as two-step verification later in this course. For now, I'm just going to take a step back. Next, I want to take a look at recent activity. If I click on Devices, I can see all of the computers and mobile phones or tablets that I've used to log into this account. So far, I've only signed in on this one computer, but if you've logged into your Google account on an Android phone, for example, you'll see that listed here as well. I'll take a step back. It's nice to receive notifications if your password is changed or if there are multiple failed attempts to access your account. These are things that might happen if somebody hacks your account, so it's a nice security measure. So here we've got these options for notifications and alerts that let you monitor those settings. Now there are lots of other settings here that we don't really have time to get into. I recommend you do some exploring and familiarize yourself with the options. And some of these things are covered in other courses on Lynda.com. But for now, I do want to skip down to the account management category. Now, there's one thing that I don't see here that you may see on your account. If you've published videos on YouTube, you'll have an option here to delete all of your YouTube content all in one place. You can see, because I did set up a Google Plus profile, there's an option here that would allow me to completely delete that Google Plus profile. This does not affect the rest of your Google account services. And finally, this very last option is where you would go if you want to completely shut down and delete your Google account. I'm going to click on this, and I'll need to type in my password to confirm and hit sign in. And we get some warnings here. If you do this, you'll lose all of your Google Mail messages, all of the apps, music, or movies that you might have purchased in the Google Play Store, and everything else on this list. Please don't do this unless you read everything closely and you are absolutely sure you want all of this information deleted permanently. Clearly, I'm going to cancel this because I don't want to do this right now, and I'm just going to go back to my account settings. Customization is important for a comprehensive online account like this. Take the time to get familiar with these options. You probably have a lot more control over your Google account than you thought.